This one may be a little long, but you'll find it interesting. All right, Dr. Sagish, these are x-rays that were taken recently, I guess about a year ago now, of me, Dr. Roost, about 10 years after I was in a car accident in which I broke my neck in 3 places. So I would ask you if you would just go through all 6 views and tell us just kind of overall what you see on these pictures. So this is the A to P cervical upper thoracic view, and we're looking at the back. So tell me what you see on that x-ray. Just kind of give us an overview.
All right, overview on this one, we're basically looking at the back of the individual view. And so we have 7 bones of the neck. We have the middle part of the spine, known as the thoracic spine, with the collarbones coming through right here. We've got the left side here, and of course the right side over here. Yeah, we got the lung fields right here, like so. Then we have the heart overlapping right here, and kind of like this little speckled effect that shows up through here would be soft tissue in the lungs or even lymph tissue.
How about the aorta? Where's the aorta in there?
That would be right here.
So it comes up out of the heart, turns over and heads back down the chest. Nice. How about the lateral cervical? Show me that.
Lateral cervical. Okay, so that would be the side view. Okay, so here's you, of course, looking towards the right. And so there's 7 bones in the neck, so we have that top one right here, then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The next one down, the back part of it, known as the spinous process, that would be that natural bump that everyone has.
Gotcha. What about the, you remember I broke my neck 15 years ago. Does that show up anywhere? I broke C1, C4, and C5. Does that show up at all at this point?
Okay, so C1 will be this one right here, and then we have 4 and 5 right down through here. Now, in terms of fractures, everything on this view looks very well healed, okay? But we do see a little bit of a change right here in the spine.
Yeah, where what was broken at C4 and 5 is the facets or the pillars there. Where's that on this view?
And that's going to be right here in this
so
area.
the vertebral bodies were not changed, but you can see the disc space there, point that out, is kind of obliterated.
Yeah, let me zoom in on that so the viewers can see that too, so kind of bring this up a little bit better here. Okay, so we're looking at these spaces here. Do they look healthy? Okay, so this one looks within normal limits. This one's a little bit reduced. We can see it open in the front, just like the one above it, but a little closed off in the back, okay? And then we see the next one down, reduced with some natural fusion showing up here as well as here because of the trauma. And then by the time we get down to here, this is looking within normal limits again and again down through here.
Now, we took flexion extension views, deliberately putting some stress on those vertebrae to see if there is motion. Can you go to those and point out what that looks like?
Yeah, so this is the neutral view. You're looking straight ahead. So on the next view, where you're looking down, the flexion view, let me zoom in on this a little bit more. Okay, what we're seeing here is that there's really not much of a change. All your motion is coming down here. Theoretically, what we want to look at in the chiropractic world is that no one spot is managing all that stress, that all 7 vertebrae through here are sharing that motion and basically sharing the stress.
And I can point out this right here. This is all new bone that grew in after the accident to try to stabilize that fracture.
Yep.
That's kind of interesting too.
And this is a misconception that a lot of people have. They'll say, well, I've got degeneration going on with the spine. I have it going on because I am now older. My friends have it, my parents have it, my neighbor's cousin's brother has it. It's not so much that the individual is older, it's more that the healthcare provider didn't give them the right resources to make corrections on that spine because the problem is older, not so much the individual. And that's kind of what we do here, is try to get that motion back in there as best as possible. And
I love that clarification that degeneration doesn't happen just because we're aging.
Right.
It happens because we've got problems in the spine that make it wear faster.
Yes, yes.
I like that. Go to the extension view, please.
Okay, on the extension view, that would be this one right here. And let me kind of zoom in a little bit more on that. Here we go. So again, we have the 7 vertebrae running through here, and the majority of the motion has actually happened down here again. And that's basically because of the lack of curve going on here with this fusion.
Great. Let's touch on the A to P lumbar, please.
Okay.
just kind of give me an overview of what's going on in that view.
All right, so this is what's known as the A to P lumbar, the front to back lumbar. So we got the left side here, right side here. We got the left hip running here, right hip here. Between the two hips, we have the bone known as sacrum, or also the tailbone right here. It's an upside down triangle shaped bone. And then on top of that, typically we see 5 vertebrae of the lumbar spine till we get to the bottom part of the rib cage. So you can see the bottom part of the lung feels right through there.
Let me clarify, you called it the A to P lumbar because we take the picture from front to back, but when we're analyzing it, we flip it around so we're actually looking at the back on this picture.
Yep, because chiropractors work on the back.
Yes, we do. All right, let's go to the lateral lumbar.
Okay, so the side view, the lateral lumbar here, so you're facing towards the right. So that tailbone that I mentioned earlier is right here, okay? And then we have the 5 vertebrae of the lower part of the back till we get to the bottom part of the rib cage area.
What else do you see on there? I see my sternum. Can you point that out?
Yeah, right over here.
Okay. Can we see ribs?
Yep, bottom part of the ribs are running right through here like so, okay?
What's all the black stuff in the front of the spine? The mottled area.
All this stuff right through here,
Yeah.
this is air in the GI tract.
Gas in my guts?
Can you believe that? You should have a Coke or a Pepsi and then we'll shoot this again. This is actually within normal limits.
Point out the top of the diaphragm. That kind of stands out.
Yeah, it's going to be this little line right through here like so.
Gotcha. So above that is my lungs.
Yes.
Below that is my stomach and guts.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much. Anything else you want to point out on any of those pictures?
Other than that, looks fabulous.
Nice. Thank you.